I'm telling you, I didn't know she was married. Oh man, they're gonna have me commentating a 10-year-old's birthday party at the local karting track if anyone finds out. Wait, we're on the air? Oh crap. Well, hi there, race fans. We're back at the digital brickyard. It's Dick Drive Fast, back in the booth, watching my career fall apart faster than one of Brian's qualifying laps. So, if you missed the first half of this thrill ride, our boy Brian managed to avoid any major incidents, which, knowing him, is a miracle in itself. He's driving the Mustang GT3, and he's holding steady in 11th place. After watching half the field crash out in front of him, Brian's moving up by doing nothing. Yet again, it's like a parallel universe where mediocrity actually wins trophies. So they got me commentating on this sim racing thing. You ever hear of this? It's like real racing, but without the, danger, the excitement, or the possibility of death. It's basically just a video game for grown men with way too much disposable income. You want to know the real secret to sim racing? It's all about avoiding your wife. That's right, folks. These guys are hiding in their basements, pretending to be race car drivers so they don't have to take out the trash, mow the lawn, yikes, go to the mall. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm just the guy getting paid to watch them pretend. You know, folks, I've seen more action at a chess tournament than in this entire race, except for Brian, our resident keyboard warrior who seems to have a knack for finding trouble, or should I say, trouble has a knack for finding him. Speaking of finding things, I bet Brian's basement is a treasure trove of nerdy relics. You know, those Star Wars action figures still in their original packaging, a vintage Atari console, a shelf full of Dungeons & Dragons manuals, and a lifetime supply of Mountain Dew and Cheetos. I heard Brian actually met his wife at a Star Trek convention. She was dressed as a Vulcan, and he was probably wearing the same t-shirt he's got on right now. You know the one. There's no place like 127.0.0.1. And I bet their first date was epic. Dinner at White Castle. A romantic stroll through the electronics section at Best Buy, followed by a thrilling evening of World of Warcraft. And now look at him, he's living the dream. He's got the ultimate nerd cave. A basement that's probably bigger than my first apartment, filled with more electronic gadgets than a NASA launch control center. And he's spending his precious free time racing cars that don't exist on tracks that he's never actually driven. It's fucking beautiful. You know what the best part is? He thinks he's good at it. He actually thinks he's a contender. Dude, you're running mid-pack in a virtual race. Get a grip. All right, folks. The moment of truth. Brian's approaching pit lane. Let's see if he can navigate this technological marvel without bricking his entire race. My God, he hit the limiter a quarter mile from his pit box. This is precious. He's crawling down pit road slower than a sloth in a traffic jam. I've seen parking tickets issued faster than this pit stop. And he's fumbling with the controls. He's like a monkey trying to play a violin. This is comedy gold, folks. Just a little insider tip for you, Brian. They actually have practice sessions where you can, practice your pit stops. I know, revolutionary concept, right? Okay, he's finally getting fuel. He's lost 10 seconds. 10 seconds. That's like an eternity in the fast-paced world of sim racing. But hey, I'm sure you were too busy updating your spreadsheet of lap times or reorganizing your collection of NASCAR trading cards. Priorities, man. Priorities. Oh, look at that. Brian's rejoined the race in 17th place. Yeah, that pit stop didn't go so well, did it, buddy? You know, in the real world, a pit stop that bad would get you fired, or at least demoted to the esports team. Let's take a break from the wacky world of Brian's bad lines and botched pit stops to watch some commercials. Alright folks, we're back. Back to the thrilling world of, well, this. I'm Dick Drive Fast, and I'm not sure what's more painful, watching Brian drive or trying to come up with jokes about his driving. It's like trying to make fun of a panda bear. It's just too easy. I heard Brian actually has a pit crew for his sim racing. It's just his kids down in the basement with him. They hand him snacks, adjust his headphones, and reboot the router when his internet connection craps out. It's adorable, and they probably charge him for it too. Yeah, those little digital entrepreneurs know how to hustle. They're probably making more money than Brian's making in this race, which, let's be honest, isn't much. Hey Brian, if you're looking for a new career, I hear McDonald's is hiring. They've got a drive-through window. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't even need to practice for that.
Thank you, Manuel. Good job. Nice and clean.
All right, back to the action. Brian's, well, he's moving up the order due to other people pitting, so don't be fooled by the place marker next to his name. Let's see where he ends up after the beautiful pit stop performance. Well, folks, we're in, what is this, lap 12? 13? Frankly, I've lost track. It's all kind of blurring together at this point. It's like watching a test pattern. If the test pattern was a Ford Mustang driven by by Brian.
Thank you.
I'm Dick Drive Fast, by the way, and let me tell you, this sim racing gig, it's not all it's cracked up to be. It's not even cracked up to be half as good as this donut. Speaking of half-baked, Brian's still out there driving around, not doing much of anything. He's like a Roomba with an identity crisis. He knows he's supposed to be racing, but he's not sure how. Well, while I've got everyone, let's test out some new material. What do you call a race car driver who's afraid of speed? A parking attendant. Why don't scientists trust atoms?
BMW, thank you.
Because they make up everything. Tough crowd. Maybe I should stick to making fun of Brian. At least that's guaranteed to get a laugh or a death threat from his wife. Oh hey, look, P1 is showing us how it's done. He's putting on a clinic out there. Smooth, consistent, what you want to see in a driver. Maybe Brian should be taking notes on a notepad, not on one of his 7 screens. Okay folks, I'm gonna take a break. Go find some more of those donuts, and maybe a defibrillator to jumpstart my heart after watching Brian drive. Don't go anywhere though. We'll be back eventually. Welcome back to the thrilling conclusion of this high-stakes iRacing event. And by high stakes, I mean the stakes are high that Brian's gonna bore us all to death. You know, folks, I've been thinking, maybe this whole sim racing thing is just an elaborate social experiment. Like they're trying to see how much boredom the human brain can handle before it just shuts down. They're probably monitoring our brainwaves right now, watching as we slowly descend into a catatonic state. I can feel it happening. My synapses are firing slower and slower. Hey look, there's Brian, just behind that white and blue Porsche. After everyone else has pit, is sitting in 14th place. Yeah, that pit stop was a real masterclass in ineptitude. He lost 3 spots because he couldn't figure out how to use the pit limiter. It's almost impressive in a special kind of way. Maybe Brian's still trying to figure out how to use the clutch pedal. I hear they don't have those in the IT world. Hey Brian, if you're looking for some driving tips, I'm available. I only charge $100 an hour, and I promise you won't finish last. And speaking of last, look at that blinking Porsche behind Brian. It's like a strobe light. It's giving me a headache. Maybe Brian can ask his IT department to fix the game's graphics. They probably have a patch for blinking Porsches. All right, folks, I'm gonna go find some more donuts and maybe a blindfold so I don't have to watch Brian drive anymore. Back to you whenever. Hold on to your headsets, folks. We're hurtling through the virtual asphalt jungle of this iRacing endurance race, and wait a minute, is that? Could it be? Yes, it is. Brian has finally broken the sound barrier of his own silence. But hey, maybe I'm being unfair. Maybe Brian's got a secret plan. Maybe he's going to unleash his inner speed demon in the last lap, zoom past everyone, and snatch victory from the jaws of, well, mediocrity. You know, some people say sim racing is the future of motorsport. I'm not so sure about that. Where's the drama, the grit, the smell of burning rubber, and most importantly, where are the pit babes? I guess those are all just perks of, you know, real racing. But hey, I've got to give credit where credit is due. These sim racers are passionate about their hobby, sport, digital delusion, whatever it is, they're clearly having fun, even if it looks about as thrilling as watching paint dry. Let's take a break from this virtual spectacle and step back into the real world, where cars actually move and races actually have winners. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. You know, I'm starting to think sim racing is more about troubleshooting than actual driving. You've got to be a master mechanic, a software engineer, and a network administrator all rolled into one. And all of that, just so you can sit in your basement and pretend to be a race car driver. I mean, seriously, folks, is this the future of entertainment? Paying thousands of dollars for a glorified computer game just so you can experience the simulated thrill of going really slow in a really expensive chair. Maybe they should just call it sim sitting instead of sim racing. But hey, who am I to judge? I'm just a humble comedian, making a living by poking fun at people's expensive hobbies. Speaking of expensive hobbies, let's take a break to let our wallets recover from the shock of Brian's sim racing extravagance. When we get back, we'll see if he's managed to, well, make a pass, hit an apex, or anything exciting at all. Well, folks, we're entering the final stages of this digital snooze fest. I'm Dick Drivefast, your reluctant guide through the perilous world of sim racing, where the crashes are painless, the competition is questionable, and the excitement level is, well, let's just say it's not exactly setting the world on fire. But hey, look at that. Our intrepid sim racer, Brian, is actually holding his own out there. He's running in 14th place. That's right, folks. He's avoided a major meltdown for almost 35 minutes. I think we should give him a round of applause. All right, folks, just a few more laps to go in this virtual marathon of mediocrity.
Sorry. Wait to it.
I'm gonna go grab another coffee, or maybe just a bottle of something stronger.
Great race. You deserved it. Good race, Sebastian. Congratulations. Great race.
Thank you, man. That's my first win. Thank you.
You know, I used to think racing was all about skill, courage, and a little bit of luck. But now, I'm starting to think it's more about having a fast internet connection and a comfortable chair.
Good job, Oliver. Nice pass up line. Very clean.
But hey, Brian, I gotta give you credit. You finished the race, and you didn't crash. Well, not too badly. So, congratulations. You're officially an average sim racer. Now, go outside, get some fresh air, and maybe try driving a real car for a change. I'm Dick Drive Fast, and I'm gonna go watch paint dry. It'll be more exciting than this.